Alright, hi everyone. Welcome to today's Monday video. Today I want to share with you guys a little game that you can play with yourself. But it's something that you can do before you go to bed. Basically, whenever you want, you can play this little mental game with yourself and really use it to exercise your imagination. And the game is, I call it the ideal game. Essentially what this game is you ask yourself the question, in my ideal reality, what does XYZ look like, right? So this is something that's really good that you can use before you go to bed, because as Neville Goddard spoke about and as I speak about on this channel, what you go to bed thinking about is really going to influence your subconscious mind in a very powerful way when you're sleeping. So for a lot of you people out there who are finding it difficult to kind of imagine things at night, this is a good game to play. And essentially what you do here is you choose a subject, right? So the subject could be like the Thanksgiving dinner that's coming up, right? And what you would do is you would say, in my ideal reality, what does that Thanksgiving dinner that's coming up on Thursday look like, right? And you kind of go in your head and start to see that Thanksgiving dinner. It's like, oh, there's a really good turkey, and there's green bean casserole, and there's mashed potatoes, and everything is cooked to perfection, and all my family and friends are there, and they're in a really good, jolly spirit, and we're not so much in our heads and worrying about superficial like grudges and things like that. We're in our hearts and we're open and we're actually really there, present, grateful, and maybe you know whatever it is, and you kind of just let your imagination run wild on that ideal Thanksgiving dinner. And you can do this with anything. Like if you have a date coming up with like a girl or vice versa, like you run in your head like, what in my ideal reality, what would this date look like? And you start entertaining in your imagination what that reality looks like, and you can do this with anything. You can do this on a large scale, you can do this on a small scale. Like maybe you are going in for a job interview or something like that, and you're super nervous about it or something. Well, what you should do in that scenario, use the ideal game and ask yourself the question, in my ideal reality, how does this job interview look like? How does it go? How do I feel? How do I conduct myself? How does the interviewer feel? How does the interviewer conduct themselves? And you just start entertaining this reality in your mind. And on a larger scale, you can do 5 years from now. So whatever age you are, I don't know, but 5 years from now, what does my ideal reality look like? And you start going through it, and you start saying to yourself, my ideal reality 5 years from now, maybe I'm an online coach, and I'm making money independent of my location, and I'm helping people, and I'm doing something that's fulfilling to me, and I'm have clients that are really grateful to work with me, and I'm helping people, I'm contributing to society, and I travel the world, and I have a really nice modern luxury apartment with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and I drive XYZ car. And you get specific. This is where I talk about you get specific. And I'm with my dream partner, I'm with my I have a girlfriend, and we travel with each other, and we're always, we're on the same page, and whatever it is, you see what it is, and you just get more specific and more specific and more specific. And you'll find what happens when you do this, when you play this ideal game, is you start to feel as though that ideal reality is right here and right now. And I like to finish off these ideal game sort of imaginal scenes with an affirmation. The affirmation is, I allow myself to have this ideal reality. I allow myself to have this ideal reality. And And you could finish it off with, and this ideal reality is fulfilled in divine order now. It's a really powerful affirmation because you'll notice that a lot of the time when we imagine how we would like things to be, there's still this sort of resistance in a lot of us. And that resistance comes from this unspoken assumption that says that's this sort of thought virus, or this belief, this limiting belief that we don't deserve that reality, right? A lot of us could imagine this ideal reality, but there's this unspoken assumption that we don't believe that we should have that reality. We're not deserving of that reality. So this affirmation is really powerful. After you do this imaginal scene, just say to yourself, I allow myself to have this reality, and this reality is fulfilled in divine order. And you'll notice when you say that, there's this sort of resistance that kind of gets dissolved. It gets dissolved because you ultimately, at the end of the day, are the one who gives yourself permission to have something or not. And there's no greater truth than that. At the end of the day, you are God. You are the one who's the master of your own reality. You are the one who's in control of your own life. You're the one who's in the driver's seat. And ultimately, you are the one who gives yourself permission to have what you want or not. And it's as simple as that. So whenever you feel resistance in your life, realize that that resistance is being put up by you because you're God. So only you can put up your own barriers. So when you feel that resistance, that's a signal to yourself that I'm putting up a barrier against myself. And I have the power to dissolve that barrier. And I have the power to say, hey, I allow myself to have good things in my life. Okay? So really try this out, you guys, in your own life. Like I said, this ideal thing, you can use it for anything. Okay, you can use it for anything. You can use it at the beginning of the day, the first thing that you do when you wake up. Just ask yourself in your head, ideally, in my ideal world, in my ideal dimension, in my ideal reality, what does today look like? You know, and you run through your head, ideally, what it all looks like. And after you're done with that, a little imaginal scene, tell yourself, affirm to yourself, I allow myself to have this day now. And this day is fulfilled in divine order now. And yeah, it's just a really cool little thing that you can do that I'm doing all the time now. And I notice that I get the things that I want now. And it's really nice. And it's a very powerful tool to get your imagination working for you. Okay, so play the ideal game, try it out, let me know in the comments how it worked for you, or if there's anything else that you'd like me to cover in future videos, and I'll be sure to cover whatever it is in my next video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy manifesting till then. Bye.